Hello everyone, and welcome to week 3 of the NBA Moongeist division. I am your coach, KazItzMyLife, of the Neospatian Pelicans, and today we're going against Blooper, and they never put in their team name, so they're just Blooper. I think we got a pretty decent matchup this week. A lot better than last week's matchup. But my opponent, I think, can bring pretty much every one of them ons. So let's go through the team. My team consists of Tapu Koko, Marshadow, Ogerpon Cornerstone, Terrakirum, Leavanny, Megahedron, Muck, ting-lu, Slowking, and Terra Avalugg. On my opponent's team consists of Spectria, Shaman Sky, Galvantula, Terrachiyu, Galarian Darmanitan, Zygarde Complete, Mega Emboar, Alomomola, Weezing, and Bronzong. The only one on my opponent's team that I'd be surprised if it came would be the Weezing. Otherwise, I think every mon has some role which is really good for them, and they could be brought. Some of the biggest threats to me, Terrachiyu is so difficult just in general to switch into. And my team doesn't do it really well. Alomomola is really annoying to try and break. Bronzong can wall a lot of Kyurem sets, so it kind of forces a specific Terra on Kyurem to try and beat the Bronzong. Galvantula setting up webs could be really annoying. Mega Emboar is something that's pretty difficult for me to break. And then obviously you got Shaman Sky, which, pretty much every Shaman Sky set is scarfed and just flinches you down. Spectria is also pretty scary, though we do have a big Marshadow that can deal with it. And also Galarian Darmanitan's pretty scary, but we have a Marshadow that can deal with it. And then the Zygarde Complete will be just really obnoxious for me. Particularly a DD set, though I feel like it'll be bulkier than offensive. Right, so one thing that you may or may not have noticed on my opponent's team is that if we go and look down, they have 0 removal. So we really want rocks into this matchup. Chips down the Chiyu, the Shaman Sky, Galarian Darmanitan. A lot of stuff in this team does not like taking the rocks chip, so it rather gives me the information that they're boots. Or if they're not boots in the matchup, they're taking very good reliable chip. And those are the main things that came to mind when building. So let's get into what I am bringing. First up, we're bringing Avalugg off the bench. We are heavy duty boots, sturdy is our ability, we're rapid spin, recover, gyro ball, and ice spinner. We're 248 HP, 8 attack, 88 defense, 164 spadef with a relaxed nature, and we are Terra normal. This isn't like our designated Terra, but we might want a Terra in the matchup. Mainly if we're in against the Spectria. The Gyro Ball is actually Gyro Ball. I don't know, one or the other. Is actually for mainly the Spectria, but it also works against the Galarian Darmanitan. Does decent damage to just some of the more speedier threats, as I didn't want to end up being Crunch and doing weakness policy on a Spectre or something. So if it wants to spin block me, if my opponent decides to get up the webs, which I'd really like to get rid of, I can click the Gyro Ball into the Spectria, and it does about 70% to offensive, I think, which is very good chip for us. Recover to keep healthy. This is our main answer to that Zygarde Complete, as it can pretty much just never break through us. Unfortunately, we don't do anything to like a Bronzong or an Aloe, but that's why we have other members of our team to try and break through those. Jarable destroys Galarian Darmanitan, which is really good for us, and then Ice Spinner does a whole lot of damage to Zygarde, and we can just like recover up on it and stuff like that. Now our main Terra Captain, obviously in Kyurem, is next. We are Assault Vest this week with Pressure as our ability, Freeze Dry, Ice Beam, Earth Power, Terra Blast. We're Terra Dark. We have 40 HP, 152 defense, 64 special attack, and 252 speed with a timid nature. The speed ties with that Galarian Darmanitan, and we're very bulky this week. With like our Assault Vest in that, it means we can take hits from that Shaman Sky very well. The Dark, Terra Dark is so that we can try and break through that Bronzong, also good defensively against that Spectria, and it's just a decent defensive typing in this matchup. I guess like it gets broken potentially by a Galvantula, but I think with Assault Vest we're not really too worried about that. Next up, also coming off the bench, we have Mega Heatran, though we probably won't be megaing this. I've come to the conclusion that I just don't really think Mega Heatran is that good of a Pokemon in Ubers, so I will be dropping it next week. We'll go over that the changes next week. But we mainly want that Flash Fire, as the Terra Chi-Yu is really scary. It could be Terra Ground, which means this is pretty useless, but this is going to be our designated rocker and our designated lead this week. Toxic Magma Storm Taunt. We're just pretty much max in HP and Spadef to take those hits from Chi-Yu. We'll keep regular so that we have Flash Fire for Chi-Yu's fire type attacks. Really want to get those rocks up since my opponent cannot get rid of them. Really like to be able to toxic things like the Aloe. And if it is a lead Galvantula, Magma Storm will take it down and destroy its sash, so it will just get O-Code, which is pretty cool. And yeah, getting toxic on a lot of stuff is good. We can taunt a Bronzong if that's like the lead, things like that. Next up, we have our potential Wincon in Marshadow. We are Life Orb Technician as our ability, Spectral 3, Mark Punch, Shadow Sneak, Ice Punch. We're 252 attack, 12 defense, and 244 speed with an adamant nature. Shadow Sneak OHKOs the Spectria, Mark Punch OHKOs a non-terrored Chi-Yu, Don G, things like that. Spectral Thief is a good click into trying to steal. Like Zygarde completes. If it's like a coil set, we can steal that. Or like Bronzong, good damage into that. Ice Punch, also really good hit into Zygarde complete. Though if it is defensive, I don't think we OHKO it from full. I think that can live. And yeah, if we get, I think, 2 lots of Rock Chip from the Shaman Sky, we can kill it with like a Shadow Sneak. So it just seems really good into the matchup and potential for like just breaking things at the end. Next up, we have Ting-Lu with Chesto Berry. Vessel of Ruin is our ability with Rest, Whirlwind, EQ, Lash Out, 248 HP, 8 defense, 252 Spadef with a Careful Nature. This is also something that can somewhat sit on that Spectria, take hits from that Terra Chi-Yu potentially, Rest to keep herself healthy, Whirlwind to get rid of some of those threats and make it take Rock's Chip. If it's something like a substitute Spectria, we can get rid of that thing. EQ is just very good stab, and then Lash Out similarly, where getting double the power. I think the stat lower was for Shaman Sky, because I should live a Seedra from full, and then with the boost power, that thing just dies. I think that was the thought behind it, because otherwise I could have just done, what is it called? Like Comeuppance or something. Or I might be thinking of a lot of like Stabmons recently I've been watching. Stabmons mix and match seems pretty cool. And then finally we have our big Ogerpon Cornerstone. Sturdy is our ability, knock off Ivy Cudgel, Trailblaze Focus Energy with 252 attack, 16 defense, 240 speed with a Jolly Nature. This outspeeds the Galvantula unless it's Scarfed. And if we get like a Focus Energy Trailblaze, as long as the Zygarde's not there, we do very good into my opponent's team. So that's going to be the team for this week. This could go south pretty quickly, depending on how defensive my opponent's team is. Otherwise, with the Rocks chip being able to whittle everything down, I think I'll be in a pretty good spot. So yeah, I'll see you guys for the battle. Okay, so no Chi-Yu is amazing for me. No Bronzong, very good for me. So as we said in the team builder, we're looking to lead Heatran. Yeah, let's just lead Heatran. Get up Rocks into Big Dom. Now obviously this guy is a problem, so we're gonna have to immediately go out into my big Avalugg and kind of gauge the damage. That's gotta be banded, surely. Surely that's Choice Band. Choice Band, Earthquake. Yup, that's banded. I'm gonna click a recover. Get a recover off. And we're gonna go back into our Heatran. Try and get up those rocks. Gonna knock me off, doesn't matter. Gonna get up a Stealth Rock. As Scald is gonna come out. I'm gonna attempt the Toxic. We're gonna miss the Toxic, that's a bit unfortunate. As we are gonna be Wish. I'm gonna attempt the Toxic again. Gonna get the Toxic. Flip turn, okay. Okay, so you're going back to Dom? I'm gonna go Zygarde. Wish is gonna come out. We are just gonna go back out into Avalugg. As this is going to DD. We're gonna hit Ice Spinner. And I think I just want to click Gyro Ball here. Ironhead, don't flinch me. That's really bad. Go out into my Heatran. And I'm going to Magma Storm with something. It's going to be the Hour. We're going to miss Magma Storm. See, Mega Heatran is a bad Pokemon, and I want it gone. We're going to Taunt, in case it's going to be some, like, Wish. Yeah, it's going to go for a Wish. We're going to try again with the Magma Storm. This is going to Flip Turn. We're not going to die. Goes out into Spectre. I think I can just go into my Ting-lu pretty freely. So we're going to go out to Ting-lu. Going to be Draining Kiss. That damage looks to be... that's like a max roll for Modest, max special attack. I think I Whirlwind whatever wants to come in. Taunt, okay. I don't get a Whirlwind off. We're just going to click Lash Out then. On the Aloe. That was a crit, still did nothing. We're going to actually go... Will I tempt the Avalugg? I think it's just a Heatran sack. Actually, what do you do to cure him? Knock could be annoying. Yeah, I think I just... No, I think I keep the Heatran sack. Do they want to knock me off? That is the question. I feel like they just flip turn, no? So what is my best? I can go have a log. Knock doesn't really affect me. Scald Burn would be annoying. It could Wish Up. It takes 2 recovers to get healthy. I'm just gonna sack the Heatran. He's gonna Wish, unfortunately. I'm gonna Magma Storm for chip. We have to flip turn, yep. Okay. Go out into G-Dom. I just go out into my Mark Shadow and Mark Punch this thing. Got rid of Galarian Darmanitan, which is cool. Oh, I didn't even see Spectre is Life Orb. Okay, so I'm going to go out into my Kyurem on this. I'm gonna Kyurem. Air Slash is gonna come out. Let's just hope we don't get flinched. And let's throw off a Ice Beam on something. We're going to get flinched. We're going to try again. And we're going to take out Shaman. Cool, cool, cool. I like the chip here. It's just earth powering, I think. Just gonna click earth power. Do some decent damage. Knockoff is gonna take me out. I can now go Ogerpon, right? And just Cudgel. Or I can just go Marshadow. Marshadow and Spectral Thief seems to be the best. Shadow Sneak. Oh, hold on. Let's actually look at the rolls. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Earth Power doing 40% means it is probably max HP, which means I don't guarantee kill with a Mach Punch. Do I think you'll knock and sucker? I'm gonna say no. Because Ogerpon just allows in Zygarde too freely. So we're gonna come in. We're gonna Spectral Thief. We'll see if you'll sucker. No. Okay. We'll see the Zygarde come out. Ice Punch will do a lot to this. But I think I just go Ting-Lu. Or do I attempt the Avalugg angle of recovering? I'm gonna go Avalugg. Straight Outrage, going to crit, which is really annoying. It's gonna be leftovers. Okay. I can't recover up on anything, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to let Avalugg go down. I think I have to go Marshadow and just Ice Punch. Hold on a sec. Into my Avalugg. If you are max attack on a crit to do 38, you're like max attack Adamant. Non-crit Outrage into my Marshadow. chance to kill. I think I might lose. It's kind of my only option to go and just ice punch this thing. Goes out aloe. And then I'm just going to Spectral Thief. Oh, it's gonna live on 1. Don't burn, don't burn, don't burn. Oh, okay. Okay. Goes out Spectria. We're just gonna sneak. We know this is Life Form, so that's dead. And then we're just gonna Ice Punch. Boom. Okay. GG. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys did enjoy.